Okay, so again, just for recording, my name is Robin Bridges. I am the State CERT Program Coordinator working in Volunteer, Florida. My biggest role, for those of you who don't know, is to, again, coordinate, collaborate with all of you, help and be an information guru back to you guys, and strengthen and help your programs. So I am here to help you guys. One of those ways is leading these calls. We will be having those of you that were able to get on the Google Forms, which is in the chat, has all of our tentative days for 2026 on that form. I will post those in the chat for those of you who are driving or that couldn't get on to the Google form. I do apologize for that. I will make sure we'll move that into Microsoft next week. Okay, without further ado, I'm going to jump right into our agenda. And for those of you that are on a computer, I'm going to share my screen. Give me a second, and I'll get that on there. Second, and that'll be our agenda today, so you can kind of see what we're doing. And yeah, here we go. Okay, not being successful. So I'm just gonna run right into this. So I'm meeting today. A couple of updates from the state, just kind of let you know what's going on, what I'm doing, and how I can be assistance to you guys. We are having our CERT team tracker. Everybody on this call should have already received one of those. It was a spreadsheet that came from either my predecessor or myself a few weeks ago. Should have questions on that, asking for your how many trainings you've had for the year, also how many volunteer hours that your team has done for the year, and it's broke down into January all the way through December. For those of you who have not filled out that form, if you can get that to me by November the 5th, this is extremely important. This is how I can actually brag on all of your teams, and then bring a total hours of what all of our CERT teams, we have 105 CERT teams across Florida, and all of the amazing things that you guys have done, and the total hours combined that the state of Florida CERT teams have given back. That's super, super important. We do share that with the governor's office. And I just want to make sure that if you haven't got that, just reach out to me. I will get you the CERT tracker over. Should take you probably 15 minutes to fill that out. Happy to help anybody that might need assistance with that. Secondly, we have a couple things with the projects going on with the state. I am working on something super exciting, and that is we are updating our Volunteer Florida site to show all of the amazing teams that are there for you guys, which basically our launch goal is to have a state CERT website list that will show all of those teams that are verified, that are actual verified teams in the state, just like you would find on the FEMA website, but we're going to have that on the Volunteer Florida website. So that way, if you are in Miami and you decide to move to Gadsden, what team is closest to you that you could be involved with? You could find that right on our site, our website. I did send out a Microsoft form link to all of the teams just to update what they'd like to share on that state website. You are welcome to share your team name, your project coordinator's name, if you have a website directly to your CERT program, anything on that regard. We even have a social media link that we're sharing, and of course an email for your team. So if you have not got that back to me or verify that information, please do so soon. Our hopefully launch date will be mid-November to the end of November, but really trying to get that mid-November date. Also, if you do hear of any new teams or you're helping teams get started, that's super exciting. If you would point them towards me, because I will have a registry link on our Volunteer Florida site that will show how they can actually register their team with the state of Florida. To do that, honestly, they're filling out just information and it verifies that they actually have a sponsoring agency. The other verification is that they're actually doing the full 24-hour training with their CERT teams. So this is super just to keep the integrity of our programs in Florida, just like it would be registered on the FEMA site. So, and then I don't know how often, it'll probably be once a month that I update those teams on the list as well at the Volunteer Florida site. So super exciting goals and things coming our way. So I definitely need your contact information if you haven't already filled out that form or emailed me. The next really awesome thing is not just the registration of the teams, but we have coming I am working with the state JRTC program with the state of Florida and just trying to coordinate with them, how we can get Teen CERT in their programs. One of the really cool new things, if you haven't heard about JRTC, is they are now offering a CERT ribbon for their uniforms. So there's a lot of teams that are asking for CERT to be taught to them. And that way they can earn that ribbon. So if you are interested, if that is something that you're like, oh, I think I might want to have some of my CERT leaders teach the JRTC students in the high school, let me know and I'll be happy to put your name down on a list and let them know what counties that we have and that are interested in coming into the school system for the JRTC programs. And then I really need all of your feedback. One of the things that I truly want this CERT working group to do is also to give really good valued training. We're going to meet, like I said, once every 3 months in the new year. So I want your feedback. What quarterly trainings do you want offered? What do you want to see from a state level that you need help with? So if that's with your programming, if that's with training that you just are struggling with, don't be shy. Just go ahead and let me know. You can do that in the chat. You can email me personally. It's also on the CERT tracker. I'm sorry, not CERT tracker, the working group sign-in sheet. That's one of your questions, is what kind of trainings brings value to your team? Because I'd like to make sure that these meetings are worth coming on, jumping on, and being able to collaborate with everyone on this team. So then, without further ado, I really do hope I can share my screen on this one. I am issuing a challenge to all of the teams on this call. I'm super excited about this. Everyone knows it's that time of the year and it is getting to holiday seasons and it's getting harder to find things that's going to keep our teams out there and busy, and not just that, but how do you get your CERT awareness out during the holiday season? So one of the things that I have collaborated with one of our partners, which is the Salvation Army, is a CERT challenge of ringing of the bell. And I'm aware that this has happened in the past, but I want to share this with you guys. If I can share my screen, maybe this time it will work. Okay. Okay. 1 second, guys. Here we go. We're gonna, fingers crossed this is gonna work this time. And okay, so it's right here. Sorry, guys. So feel free if you have any questions about this as I go through, but this is our CERT challenge. This is going to be in collaboration with the Salvation Army. So we are going to do some friendly competition across the state. As you can probably see a familiar face right there. Those are some CERT teams from South Florida that were ringing the bell for Salvation Army. Not only is this going to be a fun challenge, but it's going to be a creative challenge. I want to issue this from the state perspective that you can do your dates anywhere in November. I know that the Salvation Army starts the ringing of the bells anywhere between the 1st of November. Some of them don't start till the 20th of November, and they go all the way to Christmas Eve. So if you want to sign your team up to be part of the challenge, and you say how and what is in it for our teams. Number one, this is a great way to collaborate with one of our partners, which is Salvation Army. Number two, the Salvation Army offers all kinds of amazing trainings. They want to be a tool for you guys and your teams as well. But number three, I mean, look at that picture that I'm showing you on the screen. Those guys are having fun. They're showing recognition of their teams. People can ask, what is CERT? What are you doing besides ringing the bell and collecting money? So it's a way for your team to get out there, show holiday spirit, get the CERT logo out there, and quite honestly, just have a great time and log some volunteer hours. So I am going to ask, though, if you do go out and ring the bells with your teams, to please log your hours. I'm going to ask that you submit those to me. We are going to do a tracker via social media on our Volunteer Florida website. And I'm sorry, our social media. And we are going to do bar graphs and show who's in the lead and how many hours people have given, and just make this some really friendly competition. I have been given the go that at Florida CERT Association conference, we will do a big recognition as well at the conference for your team. You'll have bragging rights all year until next year when we do this again. You can see as I go through, I'll pass this flyer out in an email. But basically what we're doing is collaborating. You can sign up your team on registertoring.com. And I will send this flyer out that has the hot links. You will need to email me that your team is indeed going to participate. And then if they don't do the register to ring, look up to your regional Salvation Army. If you're having a problem finding one or you don't know who to reach out to, email me, call me. I will be happy to make that connection for you and help you with that. But most of all, it's a fun, healthy competition. Feel free to, go out there, have fun with it, and enjoy yourself. So first, before I go any further, is there any questions? I know that's a lot so far that I've been talking about anything I've mentioned, the challenge, projects, our CERT trackers. Any questions about that before I move on to the next part of our meeting? Nope. Okay. So hearing no questions, we're going to move on. The next thing I had on the list is our free trainings. So a couple of organizations has reached out to me. TEACS, for those of you that aren't aware or don't know of TEACS, it's the Texas A&M University system, is got two trainings. It's the Search Wide Area Search. And one of them is in Fort Pierce and the other one is in Tallahassee. That's scheduled. One is the end of this year and one is next year, January or February. Happy to send that information if you want to attend. But more importantly, I have spoke with Elaine, the contact that I have with TEACS, and they are booking after May. So they can offer for free. There is no charge to your CERT organization whatsoever or to your volunteers to have them come and teach wide area search and rescue, and also preparedness 101 families that they teach as well. I'm happy to get that information out to you guys. If you haven't had a class with Elaine, she's charismatic. She's amazing. Was in one of her classes at CERT conference and does a really good job. But they are booking from May of next year on at this point. So I will put that information out as well so that you guys can book directly with Elaine and send you guys the flyers. Do apologize, that is not working in my chat to upload that. Then the other thing I want to remind everybody is for those of you that are scheduling your train the trainer and program manager courses, please make sure that you are scheduling those in CERT track under G. Do not put L. I know this has been a subject of discussion in the past, but the L courses are only EMI certified trainers. So you will need to list those classes, the CERT program manager and the train the trainer as a G course. If you have any questions about that, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Excuse me. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me and to mention anything or questions about that. Just make sure that you are advertising that as a G course. As we're talking about free trainings as well, we offer at Volunteer Florida G108, which is mass care training, G288, which is volunteers and donations, and then G489, and that is spontaneous volunteers. Those free trainings are completely free to you, to your county, to your CERT teams. All you have to do is please send a request to Christy Rojas. So you could do that at christy@volunteerflorida.org. Just send that. Please CC me just so I have situational awareness. But we can come out from Volunteer Florida, teach those trainings for free. We do require that you do have 15 people in attendance for us to come. But that, again, free training, can't beat it. Don't know if Justin is on the call, so I'm going to ask if he is. If he, good. I'm going to give him the floor to Justin with Florida CERT Association.
Hey guys, so Justin with Florida CERT Association. For those of you that don't know me, I am the board president of the Florida CERT Association, have been for the last 5 years, or we're working on year 5. I don't know, some reason they keep re-electing me. I don't know. So anyway, moving on. So we've got some awesome news and changes coming to our schedule for conference. Conference is scheduled for August the 4th through the 7th. We're going to change it up a little bit. We're not doing a pre-conference session. So everything that we have scheduled will be in those 4 days versus doing a 6-day long conference. So we did take your feedback from the previous years and say, okay, how can we make this better? And so this was one of the things that was heavily discussed. And so therefore, that's one of the things that we immediately made changes for. For those of you that are not Florida CERT Association members, I am sorry. You should be right now. I do believe that our link is active on our website, which is currently under construction. But if it is available, please go on there, flacertassociation.org, find the membership tab, click join Florida CERT Association. It's a $25 due. It is super simple. That gives you a whole bunch of benefits. In moving forward, we are doing webinars that we've got coming up just after the first of the year. We've got some other networking experiences that we're working on. And then, of course, the conference. So you'll be also once you become a member, you become enrolled in our newsletter, and so you'll get all of that FCA, social media, and networking, and activities and things that we are doing for all of our members. In addition to, I know Carol is on this call. She does an amazing job putting together this newsletter, which shows all of our folks that submit their stuff to Carol for the newsletter. So it kind of goes back to what Robin mentioned earlier about bragging on our teams. So that's one thing that we love to do, is brag on all of our members and brag on what they're doing around the state. And so once you become a member, you get subscribed to that newsletter, and an added network of about 200 members around the state, and even some that are not quite in the state of Florida. We've actually captured, excuse me, a few folks from the Carolinas, Texas, and even as far north as like Massachusetts. So so you get some actual network from around the country versus just your region. So it's a great experience, great opportunities to meet and network folks. Like I said, our biggest change this year is that CERT conference, where we've changed the dates to the 4th through the 7th. So it'll be a little bit of smaller conference, but we're gonna have some tracks to be able to grow yourself as a CERT member, and your ability to coordinate and lead your programs. All right. Anybody have any questions for me?
Justin, did you want to talk about the exciting room rate that we have?
Oh, that's an awesome concept. Yes, thank you. So that CERT conference, by the way, is in Orlando this year. For anybody that didn't get that memo, yeah, Orlando, Disney, right? So, or Universal, take your pick. My family's a Disney family, so we have to do Disney. Anyway, our room rate is unbelievable this year. So, last year and the year before, it was a little over $100, $150, and it just kept seeming to going up and up and up. This year, we were able to secure a $99 room rate at a Disney hotel. More info to come on that, but it's a $99 room rate. By the way, in case you wanted to take your family on this awesome conference, that room rate is available 3 days prior and 3 days post conference. So you could actually check in on over the weekend prior to conference and check out over the weekend after conference, and go to Disney, go to Universal, take your family, enjoy a little vacation in the process, maybe do a team building exercise, bring your whole team, and do a team building exercise where you go to Disney. Doesn't that sound fun?
I was gonna say, do you have any questions for Justin, CERT Association in general? Why it's important? Anything that they're doing? Any questions?
Carol, thank you. I do have one question.
I have one question.
Yep. Justin, go ahead with your question.
Okay, that $25 annual fee, is that per person or is that for the team?
That is per person.
Per person, okay.
Irene, you have your hand raised?
I did it, and he asked that. Oh, when do you have an estimated time of when the registration for the conference and then the hotel registration may be up on the site?
We're gonna shoot for January. That way it gives you guys plenty of time to be able to go ahead and book everything, get everything paid for and purchased, especially if you're utilizing Volunteer Florida's CERT grant.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yep. Any other questions, comments, funny jokes? Just kidding. We don't have time for funny jokes.
Okay. Thank you, Justin, for being on.
Yep.
I am going to circle back for just a second. Justin mentioned about sending what you're doing in your CERT programs. Please, please, please include me in on that. One of my projects this year is not only to update our website, to get that as a working website from the state and brag on all of you, but then also I am working with our marketing at Volunteer Florida, and we'd like to do some teams on our website, share your content, share what's going on, get the word out from the state level that we have CERT programs and the amazing things that you guys are doing. For instance, I'm going to brag on Irene for a minute since she just spoke. Her team really got creative and turned in their CERT hours to their city commissioners at a meeting and said, hey, we want you to know that we did this many thousand of hours, and this is what the dollar rate would would be. So like that CERT tracker that you guys are filling out, you would have that to say, hey, this is how many hours that we did for the year, and this is the dollar value of our volunteer that you saved in your county, your city, who you're giving that to. And unbeknownst to Irene, they turned around and then they gave her an honor recognition for her team. And she's got this beautiful, and I did not have the picture ready. Sorry, Irene, but she beautiful document that was given as a recognition of the Miami Beach CERT from that meeting. So know that you can do this too. You can absolutely submit your hours, do that to your city commissioners. This is a great way to show the value of CERT and get them also on board. So if you have any questions, Irene looks like she's up. She's showing. Go ahead, Irene. You're on mute.
There we go. Sorry. No, David came running over and said, let's put the check up. Okay, so basically what I did is I have an Excel form that I list all of the volunteer hours for every event, whether it's training, outreach, whatever. And you do the hours, and then you do the volunteer number of volunteers, and you can get it into minutes and get it trans back to hours. So between January 1st and October 2nd, we had 3,140 hours at that point. And so then we went to the independent sector website and multiplied that by what it is nationwide, and it came out to a 100, what is it, $118,321.79 that we showed the city that they saved by allowing CERT members to go out as volunteers to train the community in resilience. So
Thank
that's
you,
what we did.
Irene. Thank you for Irene. Anybody have questions on how Irene did that or tips or anything and why we have her unmuted? No? Okay.
Done with the
Thank
check.
Thank you, Irene. The other thing I want to mention is something else I've been working on this year. I really need to know when you guys are doing trainings across the state. Super important, because I have teams that are calling in to me saying, "Hey, we want to start a team, but we need to know when in my area," or, "Hey, I'm willing to travel. When is XYZ doing trainings?" So if you don't mind dropping me a link, just saying, "Hey, we're doing trainings," I'm okay. I will put that in a little form. The reason why, again, I've had several colleges that are now starting up college teams, and they want to go to some of these programs. They want to go and sit and see the difference in our different areas of CERT and how that works. Of course, I'm getting them connected in with campus CERT and other areas. But I've also had other new counties and cities that are saying, "Hey, we might be interested." So I am only as good as the information you guys give me. So please, please, please let me know when you're having those programs. And more importantly, if you're a team that does 3 days straight, a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or a weekdays like that, let me know as well. Because some of these people are willing to travel across the state, but they need to do the training consecutively. So thank you ahead of time for getting me that information. Samantha Royster, did you join the call? Okay, I'm not seeing her on the call. Okay. So with that being said, I'll go ahead and give the update from the National CERT Association. For those of you that are not a member of the National CERT Association and you're interested or you want more information, the National CERT Association is going to have a free Zoom call on November the 5th from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. at night. The reason why they're doing this as late is they're trying to get people, or volunteers, and people who are working during the day, and allow them to jump on the call. This National CERT Association meeting, we'll go over CERT program highlights from around all the states, an overview of what National CERT Association is, how to basically go through their website, how to use it, what benefits you get out of National CERT Association membership. And then they're going to recap the conference that they did this past August, and then recap CERT week itself, and then have Q&A session time. So, which is super important because you get to collaborate with people in all the states. So that is going on November the 5th on Zoom. If you would like that information or the link, please put this in the meeting chat or drop me an email and I will send that link information straight to you about that meeting. So super happy to be part of National CERT Association and get that collaboration. With that being said, I did see that we had our FEMA executive director on. Don't know FEPA is. FEPA's on board. If you wanted to just say hello and if there's anything you would like to share to our CERT community. I think I put him on the spot. Okay, so if you do, no problem. I'm going to move on through. The next thing I had on our list is please make sure if you just joined to sign your name and information in the chat. So I have registry of your being on the call. If you can fill out the forms, I'm putting that one more time in the chat right now. So if you could go on and fill that form out, that would be amazing. I know some people were having some problems with the form earlier. So we're getting to this point in the brief out that I'm going to go ahead and let you guys as program managers brief out, just tell a very brief overview of what your team has been doing. Basically, we haven't met since May or April, but if you just want to give a brief of what you're doing, what plans you guys have got, anything crazy exciting that you want to share in your region. So we will start with anyone from Region 1. Oh, wait, I have a question with Angel. Go ahead, Angel.
No, I apologize. I was jumping the gun. I didn't know you were
Okay.
going by region, so I will wait patiently. I will
Okay.
wait my turn. Sorry.
Okay, no problem. So Region 1, anybody from Region 1 want to jump on and talk about what you're doing?
Oh, I was gonna let someone from Santa Rosa go first, but I guess not. Hey everyone, Preston Marvel, Escambia County, Region 1. Right now, we just finished up our CERT basic training for this quarter. We started off the class with 13, but as all of you know, life happens, so we graduated 7 at the end of this class sorry about that, on Saturday the 25th. And then for upcoming training here, we've got Volunteer Florida is coming to teach G489, spontaneous volunteers, and then we have Mass Care G108 scheduled for the beginning of December. Again, right now is this time where we kind of focus on the team building and the camaraderie part, just because it's the holidays, making sure we're getting to know our people, making sure our volunteers feel appreciated, and making sure that, you know, knocking on wood right now, that we feel as a team while it's still blue skies right now and hopefully stays blue skies for the rest of the year.
Okay. Richard?
Yeah, I have a question. Are we following what region schedule are we following? FEMA,
Oh.
Florida Fire Chiefs?
I'm sorry. This is where it would have been really nice if I could have shared my screen earlier. We're doing the Florida CERT Association regions. So Region 1 is Escambia all the way through Gulf. And so I will call out counties. How about that? Would that work? And then Region 2 is the Franklin Liberty all the way over to Columbia. Region 3 is Gilcrest, Levy, all the way to Nassau and Flagler in Marion. Then 4 is Citrus down to Polk and Hardy. And Region 5 is Volusia Lake, all the way down to St. Lucia. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. And then Region 6, Manatee over to Okeechobee, down to Collier. And then Region 7 is everybody else. So
Right,
hopefully that's
It
helpful.
roughly mimics the Florida Fire Chief's regions. That's all I needed.
Oh.
Thank you.
Okay, no problem. All right, go ahead. I am gonna kill your name, Zaharan. Hopefully I said that right. Okay. You're muted. You're still muted.
Technology is great when it works.
Yep. All right. Work on your volume and we will thank you, Christy. Okay, you got it? Nope. Okay, so I'm gonna go with anybody that can see the region 2 while he's trying to fix his volume. Anybody else in region 2 that would like to call out? I don't see Santa Rosa or Walton in region 1, so I'm moving to region 2. And then we'll come back to
This is
our gentleman.
Jefferson here.
Okay, great. Thank you, Jefferson. Go for it.
Hello, everyone. We want to say that we appreciate all of your guidance. We graduated a class in August, so I think we're up to close to 75, right, Monica? Close to 75, which is good for our small county. We're proud of that. We've been helping Taylor County try to get started in the past few months. I think they're on their way. That's where I'm from, Taylor, so it was pretty easy to help them. We have another training in January that we're starting for new members. We have a list ready of those that want to be part of that. We're doing our annual trunk or treat tomorrow night, which is a big deal for CERT and the sheriff's office. I like dressing up. I think you get behind a mask, you can act how you want to. Monica here, she does our grant. She's great at it. We appreciate her assistance with that. And anything else, Monica?
I don't think so.
We had 2 that did attend the CERT conference. I went to that many times. Monica's been, and it was great for them. Robin, thank you for your assistance with everything, and we will continue to grow.
Excellent. Thank you for your help with Taylor County getting them started. That's been amazing. Anybody else in region 2 on board today? Want to do a shout out? Yep.
It's unmuted.
We can see you moving your mouth and we can't hear you. I'm sorry. Let's see. You're muted now. You want to try again? Okay. Fingers crossed. We can't hear you.
Kareem, if you try to log out of the meeting and sign back in, it might help.
Okay, Zoran. Great. All right. So region 3. Anybody in region 3?
Hi, this is Susie from Flagler County. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Susie.
Oh, good. We did have a lot of activity in October. We finished our CERT basic class. Started out with 18 students, graduated 12. Um, and then we also did a couple other trainings that we were pretty excited about. We partnered with the Corps and did a roof tarping training to train people how to tarp the roofs correctly, which went over really well. And then we've also been partnering with our Fogger County Mosquito Control, and we have been teaching some of our CERT members how to do residential mosquito inspections for the yards for any mosquito-borne illnesses. And so that's been a fun thing, something different for CERT members to do. And our mosquito control is hoping to set up a program where they would utilize CERT volunteers to do that type of work if there ever was a mosquito-borne illness outbreak in our community.
That is awesome, Susie. Any questions for Susie about that? That's unique. No.
I would love more information about a roof tarping training. That sounds cool.
I can send you some information.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay. Anybody else from Region 3?
Marion
And
County.
Chris? Yeah, go ahead.
This is Henry Walthusen, the CERT coordinator for Marion County, and we're just completing our third basic class of the year. Also, we just recently did a Stop the Bleed class for all the deans in Marion County school system, 75 of those. We also have done numerous hands-only CPR and AED classes throughout the year. And when I do my yearly wrap-up, I will send you a copy of that. And I will be sending you my yearly calendar probably tomorrow.
Excellent.
So we're moving
Excellent.
forward.
Excellent. I love that you're working in the school system. That's awesome. Way to go. Anybody else in Region 3? Okay. Region 4.
Hi, Robin. This is Madeline with Tampa. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you,
Awesome.
Madeline.
I wanted to share a little bit about what our CERT program has been doing so far in this last month. We've had 2 classes so far in October. We just kicked off our regular CERT basic training yesterday. We had about 19 students sign up to participate in that. But last weekend we had our very first all Spanish CERT class. So we worked with some of our Spanish speaking communities here in the city of Tampa to tailor a class just for Spanish speakers. We got about 4 people to participate in that class, and it looks like a lot of them want to get further involved and help spread Spanish CERT throughout our region. So we're really excited about working forward with that. Overall this year, we've had about 6 CERT trainings, and we've trained about 87 people. So we feel like we've had a very successful year so far. We're going to train this next class, and then come December, we're going to have a CERT appreciation event just to thank everybody for their hard work that they've put in and help all of all 87 of our new CERT members mingle with some of our older ones and keep building the program.
Excellent. All right, we're going to let Zoran try again. You're muted.
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me very much well?
Yes, we can
There
hear
you
you,
go.
Zoran.
Gotcha.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much, everyone. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Kareem Zahran, and I am the AmeriCorps Vista member, the CERT program coordinator for the Orlando Fire Department. And today, Ms. Tammy D. Hughes is with us. She is my manager, the Community Engagement and Preparedness Manager of the Orlando Fire Department. So for the CERT program in Orlando, as of this moment, we have 80 members who graduated from our program. So I'm very happy and excited about that. So 50 members are from the CERT Spanish group, whereas for the English speaking group, which I am responsible for, is 30. So I coordinate with the Spanish program coordinator, and we both conduct the English and the Spanish programs at the same time. And also at the same time, we go to public events to promote the programs that we have. Yes. Um, so every quarter, I do my very best to aim as much people as possible to join our program. Again, some people have their own situations, and it is understandable. September last month, it was a very exciting moment for Orlando because this is the first time the CERT program has conducted a disaster drill exercise outside of the Emergency Operations Center. Usually we have our disaster drill exercises within the EOC property inside and outside, but this time we took it outside of that property. And we've had 50 participants join the event as well as a few guests. We've all had a great time. The guests had a great time and learned about the program, and they were interested in joining in the future sessions. For this month and next month, I have a few English speaking people that will be joining twice a month. So every Thursday and Saturday we'll be covering 4 units, units 1 through 4, and then 5 through 8, and then they would graduate from the program. Now, prior to graduating the program, they've all accepted that they will be attending the disaster drill exercise this upcoming March 2026 on the week of spring break. What a perfect timing and moment prior to people attending the spring break. So it'll be an amazing and exciting event. Everyone would like to attend and witness. Also another historic moment as well. Yes.
So Zoran, tell everybody where your drill was at, because I know it's off campus. Where did you actually have it at?
Yes, ma'am. Sorry to interrupt you. So the disaster drill exercise last month, it was conducted at the Children's Safety Village in the Orlando metropolitan area.
Yeah, that is super cool. That was amazing. I got to see the pictures from that. It was really, really cool. So good job, Zoran. Any questions for Zoran? He's doing an excellent job with Tammy. Good job, Tammy. Okay, so anybody else in region 4 and now region good?
It's Citrus, Rick Holland.
Yeah.
Did completed a CERT basic class, had about 35 people in it. Just recently conducted an exercise for search and rescue, implementing assessing victims and doing radio comms along with Stop the Bleed. We're doing a G108 coming up, and we also, unfortunately, we had to utilize CERT for one of our deputies' funerals. That was in the line of duty, so that was a great representation for them for traffic details for getting all the officers that came from all over the state and outside of the state for traffic control. And that's all we have.
Okay. Thank you. Looks like we have got Miss Elizabeth's hand up.
My name is Elizabeth, and I am the CERT director for our University of South Florida Community Emergency Response Team. And we've been pretty busy. We've so far this year, we've trained 134 new members. We've been hosting quite a few trainings, about 3 to 4 a month, with different committees that we actually just launched. So this is the first year we're trying out committees. So we have 7 committees that have been launched, one for developing just-in-time trainings and activation trainings, one for example, for an outbreak response team, so focusing on public health needs, and we have a couple others that are focusing on either social events or other planning, as well as trainings in general for just advancing basic skills. So that's something new that we've started. In addition to that, in the last month, we've done, actually in this last week, we've been partnering with about 6 different organizations to collect donations and funding for Hurricane Melissa individuals that have been affected in Jamaica. So we actually have quite a few CERT members that are part of our team that are from Jamaica that work with our local Caribbean community. So they've partnered with two ministries with the disaster management within the island, and then also with the consulate. So we're trying to coordinate that after, because people just started dropping off items at our local Jamaican restaurant. So, and I don't think they normally do disaster response. So they reached out to 3 or 4 of our CERT teams saying, hey, I think this is more in your wheelhouse. We need help. And so we've been kind of helping with that coordination of that. We are working with a couple CERT members to launch a faith-based community initiative, working with CERT programs in correlation with a faith-based group that is working directly with faith leaders. So they just purchased a site location here in the city of Tampa, about 6,000 square feet, that's going to serve as a disaster hub, a resiliency hub. So they are on board to host and store donations, service, kind of like a warehouse location, as well as supporting training opportunities and stuff. So I think Hurricane Helene and Milton also brought us an opportunity to do quite a few listening sessions this year, where people have been on board. We had one in May with about 86 participants, looking at where we can help with coordination and giving people training and supporting some of those initiatives. And then recently, last Friday, we had another listening session on what people may want to see in terms of training to feel more confident during an activation. So we had a mix of certain members that were new recruits, people that just got signed up, but we also had quite a few people that were part of CERT during Hurricane Helene, Milton, and even previous storms that gave some of their insights on what they wish they would have known or had ahead of time. So we've got a lot of really cool stuff underway. I think the hurricanes have brought a unique opportunity to engage individuals and capture those that are passionate and interested in this space. So I'm going to stop there for now. We've got a lot of other stuff, but that's kind of like what we have in the works right now.
That's awesome, Elizabeth. Thank you so much. And Chrissy put a great reminder in the chat. We want to say, first of all, Elizabeth, thank you for coordinating with the island itself, because that's super, super important. As we know that, getting those items and donations, you have to secure the transportation and all of that before we don't want to have stranded or overwhelmed ports. So you guys can read all of that in the chat for Christy, but the biggest thing is obviously financial contributions are preferred. We're having of course, a lot of groups that are collecting things and doing things. So as Christy says at this time, none of our response partners in Florida are accepting donated goods for transportation, and we don't have any operations in place. So thank you for coordinating directly with your Jamaican and with the island itself. I appreciate that. So anybody else in Region 4 that would like to brief out?
Yes,
Hey,
hi,
hi,
this
Rhonda.
is, oh,
Go ahead.
sorry. This is Angel with Hernando County. We have done, and I guess I will do video so you have face to the name. We have done quite a few trainings this year. Last month, we did a CERT train the trainer, a basic, and a program manager. We have another basic training starting this Saturday, so the first 3 Saturdays of November. Last weekend, our CERT members went out to the Halloween Howl. It's the Sheriff's Safety and Fun Fest, and handed out, flyers and helped, hand out promotionals and flyers and talk about CERT and everything. We had our quarterly meeting last night, which happened to coincide with our, the trunk or treat here. We share a building with the sheriff's office, and they let all family members, people who work here, their family members come through, go trick or treating. So we also had our quarterly meeting last night. I'm going to send you pictures. We did moulage training. Our person doing it, she's one of our members, and she's like, starting to learn how to do it and playing around with it. She did an amazing job. And then we had like a little Halloween potluck that turned out really good because some people who don't normally talk to each other, they got to know each other a little more. So it was a nice little event. And that's it for me.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Anybody else in Region 4?
Hey, hi, Robbins, Jim Wright, City of Gulfport, CERT. We're still reeling from the hurricanes from last year. You know, Gulfport's a pretty small area here, but we're getting back to our blue sky days. We're getting back on our training. We just did a training on radio communications, which was really, really interesting. My training coordinator set up an exercise using PVC pipe. It was really, really interesting. Each team got to put together an item and then describe it to the other team so that the other team could build it. It was really fascinating. It was really great. We are getting ready for our trunk or treat tomorrow, as a matter of fact, and looking forward to doing some more trainings. I know last year and I think earlier this year, we worked with Justin and got a couple of CERT classes in, picked up a few members from that. So that was really awesome.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Anybody else from Region 4? Okay, Region 5. I don't see anybody in muting. Region 5. Okay, Region 6. I know we got one or two on from Region 6. All right, Region 7. Oh, I got a hand up. All right, Irene.
Okay.
Go ahead, Carol. Irene's still muted. Oh, who's unmuted? Hold on. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead, Joseph.
Yes, hi. I'm in program manager for Coral Springs Parkland CERT in Broward County. I think that's plumb in the middle of Region 7.
Yes.
And we just completed a CERT basic training class, similar to what I heard before, where you have more members sign up, then you actually have less members actually come to the class, and then you have less members actually complete the class. That is the nature of the beast. We use the hybrid method, so that has been working for us for over 4 years now, and we have it set up, planned out where we do 3 trainings per year, and if someone misses a class, then they can roll over and just make up that class the next time around. So it doesn't impact our volunteer instructors because we're a non-volunteer group, and it's working. So I think we also graduated 7 people, and as usual, we had a great class. We have multiple instructors, and we also do 11 trainings for our members per year, including BLS and Stop the Bleed. And we try to stay active, and we are available to do operations on extended events for the city of Coral Springs and Parkland. And we're also doing a number of what we call public education events, so that we're helping to provide information on the services that we provide first responders and the community, and also share strategies on CPR and minor fire suppression with a fire extinguisher. Just basically trying to make sure that people understand. And what we find is that not enough people know how to do CPR. And what's really kind of cool is when the little kids come over, 4, 5, 10, and they come over because they want to help save the baby, and then it just so happens they usually bring their parents, so it kind of helps out that way. So that's what we're doing.
That's awesome, Joseph. Thank you for sharing. And that just reminded me, if you haven't reached out to your Red Cross partners, they do offer a free compression only CPR training. So check with your Red Cross partners locally. If you might want to check even with your county EMT, see if they're willing to do it as well. I know that Usually there is no charge because there's no certificate. So just want to put that out there. Carol, you're unmuted. Go ahead.
All right. I'm Carol Sherson, Program Manager for Deerfield Beach CERT and the PIO for the Florida CERT Association. So for those of you who have sent me information, thank you very much. And I see a lot of people around the state are very active. I hope to get an email from you so I can include you in the next newsletter. Around Broward County, a lot of things have been happening. Joe spoke about Coral Springs Parkland CERT, but around the county, we have a lot of CERT basic training classes being held, a lot of pub ed events around the county being held, a lot of different trainings, including triage, search and rescue, radio use. We encourage people to get their ham radio license because as you can tell from what's going on down in Jamaica, there are no cell phones usable right now. So the amateur radio operators are very busy getting damage reports up from Jamaica to the National Weather Service in Miami. We have a lot of CERT members volunteering for the K9 Explosives Unit at Fort Lauderdale International Airport, where they actually train with the dogs on explosives. And I didn't see Captain Simcox on the call today to brief out in Fort Lauderdale. Last year, they held a 2-day deployment exercise and invited everyone from around the county to attend. And a couple people from out of the area also attended, including people up from Miami-Dade and some others. But meetings are going to start again soon, planning meetings for another exercise, countywide exercise. And I don't know who they'll all open it up to, but as soon as I know, I will get you the information, Robin, and you can distribute it out to your distribution network. But that's about all I have for Broward County, unless I saw Rick Brown on. I don't know if he's got any additional from Cooper City. I don't know what they've been up to.
Thank you, Carol.
Hey, thanks, Carol. Did you want to mention the UASI grant with the Battery Milwaukee fans?
Oh, go ahead and mention it.
So we were able to receive Milwaukee battery powered fans. They'll use virtually any of the Milwaukee batteries, and the fact that you don't need a cord, so wherever we set up, we have some ability to keep the participants cool, or in some cases we'll do 5Ks, or we'll do other events where we may have some heat related emergencies. So that's an effective tool, and I'd like to thank UASI, or the Urban Area Security Initiative grant, for providing that to our local CERT teams. I don't know if they did that statewide or not. For the last 3 months, we have done live fire extinguisher training at the Cooper City CERT. We've done heat emergencies and training, and we did hazmat awareness, mostly placard identification and your standoff zones, just for awareness purposes only, obviously. We're looking to do a recruitment drive here in the next couple of months, and we'd like to either host or partner with a initial CERT training class. And for right now, that's really all we have on the agenda.
Excellent. So this is a great opportunity. Anybody that wants to partner with Richard, please reach out to him. Okay, Irene, you're unmuted.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so basically, we just finished our last basic CERT training for the year this month. So we're right at, for the year, 40 new basic CERT trained members. We have done through October, besides the commission meeting, we assisted the fire department and the police department with Battle of the Badges, which is where they have a cook-off. But it was also a gift of life event where a child and an adult got to meet each other from different ends of the country. On the adult gave what is it with the gift of life, like an organ or something that helped the child. So they got to meet. What? Okay. They're yelling at me from bone marrow. Thank you very much. Okay, so we were able to help with that, and that was a lot of fun. We also did an advanced training in hands-only CPR, AED, choking, rescue, recovery position, and what 3 words. I don't know if any of you know about that or if you use that app, but we're utilizing in the city the what 3 words app. We will be setting up for Veterans Day a preparedness tent and a what we call a rehab tent, heat rehab tent, where thank you Volunteer Florida for giving us grant money so we could buy the misting fans that we utilize for those events. Plus, we get to march in the parade, which with our little banner, which is pretty cool. We have a block party coming out with the police department. It's an annual thing. We do the same thing where we set preparedness up. We set up the misting fans for that. One of the new things we've done is outreach teams, which are specific people who have said we will go to, like our museum has a family event every month. And so I have an outreach team that goes there every month to set up a preparedness table with coloring books and all that kind. So we're setting up different events with outreach teams. And I'm in the middle of doing the planning for next year. I've sent out a planning survey to the team to fill out online so we can get back some great ideas. And then I have a question to throw out that if you want to email me later, we've been looking around at incentives for our team members and specifically coins. I know I've talked to Robin about that, but trying to figure out a way where we could get coins because it's a financial, hit, I guess you call it, and we are nonprofit. So if anybody wants to send me an email and tell me how they have done something like that in the past, it would be great. It would be very helpful.
Okay, thank you, Irene. I saw a comment in the chat. Elizabeth put in that Manatee County is looking for actors for Friday, January 23rd for the mass casualty exercise. It looks like it's going to be an all-day event. So anybody who's interested, Elizabeth has put her email in the chat, so you guys can join that. All right, James, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say to Irene, she sent me her email. I did some challenge coins for my CERT team quite a while ago, and there's a place right here in Winter Park that does a great job. If she's interested in having challenge coins made up.
Irene, just put your email in the chat for me, please. Excellent. Thank you so much, James.
You're welcome.
Anybody else have anything they want to share? I didn't call on you. You missed your region because there's quite a bit of us. I know we're over on our time, but I really want this as an opportunity for all of you to share.
I did want to add, I forgot to say during mine, this is Angel with Hernando. We are going to be doing myself and one of my volunteers had the opportunity last month or a couple weeks ago, I don't know, time's running together, to go to pod training and pod train the trainer. So we are hoping to do a pod training closer around April. So I will definitely let you know about that so that you can share it for anybody that's local that wants to join on in. And I would be extremely interested in finding out if there's any contacts to do things like forklift training. I am having a hard time trying to find like forklift, but stuff like that. I would definitely be interested if anybody had any contacts or ideas. I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing, Angel. And then I will send you some information, Angel, directly to your email on that one. Anybody else have anything to share? Okay. give you guys an opportunity to unmute.
I think maybe for forklift training, I'm not sure what city she's in, but you could try your public works department, as I'm sure they have forklifts there.
Great
Yeah,
suggestion.
that was a no-go.
Oh,
Thank you, though.
you're welcome.
So one of the suggestions I do actually have for forklift training is please check with your local Goodwill Center. If they have a career center involved, some of them will actually offer free forklift trainings on their career center. So coordinate with them, see if they've got one near you. That would be the first place I go to.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yep. Okay. Last but not least, any of our grantees, just so you guys all know, this year, super excited. The Volunteer Florida did a CERT grant that I know some of you who are on the call are in part of that grant, but two of those programs are brand new programs this year. Super excited about that. We have a new campus CERT at UCF Health, which is super exciting. And then we also have a new CERT in DeSoto County. So super excited about them as well. So just wanted to let you know I may be reaching out to some of you just as you shine in your program, and it might be a good awareness to some of these new programs that are around you, just to, again, put your hand and help each other around. Angel, check the chat. Christy added in about forklift training as well in the chat. Also wanted to mention, oh, I'm sorry, she did not. For forklift training, I want to mention food banks would be another partner. And then the last thing would be back to who we're partnering for our Christmas hours, and that's Salvation Army. Some of the Salvation Armies, if you have a larger Salvation Army near you, will also offer forklift training. With that being said, I digressed earlier. Salvation Army actually just put out, and I will email you guys this today. They put out a free training. Everything is online, and it is as you go pace, and it's 8 classes, so that you guys can take that training at your pace, go through, and at the end you do get certificates for each one of those 8 trainings that's offered online. One of the really unique factors with Salvation Army is that they have said, hey, we recognize that CERT is your first and foremost with your volunteers, but if there is times where you don't have anything for your volunteers, we're willing to partner and do some of that training, like the Serve Safe and the forklifting and things like that. So I will send that email out with the online trainings. That's completely 100% free for you, for your volunteers. And keep in mind, they are not going to steal your volunteers. This is all free training just for you guys to jump online. Any other questions about what we're going on? What on the state level, anything that you need from me? I'm here for each one of you. So this is your opportunity to shine and share. Other thing I want to mention for any of our grantees that are online, if you do have any questions from our financial meeting yesterday that maybe you didn't get or you don't have the information, Nick, I know you're on the line. Can you put your email in the chat? And then you guys can reach out to him directly if you're part of the CERT grantees and have questions financial. Nick will absolutely answer those questions for you. Without anything else, anybody have anything else? Questions, comments, suggestions, questions for other teams on the call, as we do have all 7 regions represented still. Okay. Well, without that further ado, I will give you back your time. Thank you guys. I know we went 15 minutes late, but I think this was very productive, and appreciate each one of you immensely. I hope to get out and be in your regions. When I am in your region, I will send you an email saying, hey, I'm going to be in the area. I would love to meet you and see you in person. So guys, have a great one. Thank you so much. And I will send out an email after this call. All right. Bye, guys.